Hi, dear members of JCI City Lady. Greetings from St. Petersburg, Russia. My name is Olga Khaustova and I'm 2022 JCI Russian National President. First of all, I would like to thank 2021 JCI EVP Teresa Pun for giving me the opportunity to speak in front of you and VP Jody for assisting me. Thank you. First time ever I heard about JCI in the end of 2014 from my Finnish friend who was back then editor-in-chief of JCI Finland magazine, and he invited me to write a professional article about how to invest in real estate in Russia. And that's how I found out about JCI, and I found a local chapter in St. Petersburg where I live. It's called JCI St. Petersburg, and I joined, and since 2015 I'm a member. JCI Russia exists 30 years and I'm third female president of JCI Russia. And you know, when I just joined, I never thought of becoming one. But opportunities came along the way, and now I shortly will tell you the story how I got to become JCI Russia president. In my local chapter, JCI St. Petersburg, I was very active member, trying to be part of any project that we had, trying to organize some events, and I was always in international events. I was communications director of JCI St. Petersburg chapter, and I also was vice president for international affairs, and I hosted so many people who came to travel to St. Petersburg and got many connections and many friendships along the way. And so when I went in 2019, I went to World Congress in Tallinn. And I met so many interesting people. I met some world presidents like Scott Greenlee from United States, Lars Haschland as well. And I thought, wow, they are so interesting and they have so much to say. It would be cool if we will have a sort of series of interview with these people. And then pandemic helped me. In 2020, you know, we were all locked down, and so I decided that, okay, this time has come. And I started a series of program which was called Cup of Coffee with an outstanding JCI member or JCI senator. And I started to invite, first I invited Vice President assigned to Russia, Paolo Bellotti from Italy, then some friends that I knew. And then this show became such popular, like in a short way, in a short time. So many people were watching, and I received lots of offers. People were advising me, their friends. Some people just texted me that, hey, I'm a senator, I'm past president, I would love to be on your show as well. So yeah, and also in 2021, EVP Teresa gave me an honor and also was part of my show. Also 2022 and 2021 was very active years for me. Despite of pandemic, we managed to organize Euro-Asian Business Conference, which was unique event. We decided, okay, we have a conference, and Russia is between Europe, between Asia, and it would be cool and nice to host one. And so both years I was responsible. I was communications director, and I was the one who was inviting people to join the event, and I also was hosting the event on the second year together with the Senator Andrei Biskinsky. And we had great fun and obtained lots of useful contacts. And for my proactivity and for the fact that I was back then quite well known and recognizable in the world, so many connections, my ambitions start to grow. Our senators and active members, they promoted me, and they talked to me, and they said, like, how do you feel to become national president? You know, each year world presidents, they have the motto, and I also picked the motto for my team of 2022. My motto was impossible is nothing. And of course, when we were starting the year, we had great goals, and we had a set of goals, a plan. And my three main goals were first, to make JCI Russia more recognizable in the world. Second was to bring European conference to Russia. And third, to make JCI more recognizable in Russia, because we have a very big country and there are some places where people still don't know about JCI. And so, yeah, that was the plans for the beginning of the year. And so, in the beginning of the year, during European conference that we had online back then in 2022, we announced Russia as the country that would love to host 2024 or 2025 European conference. And we got our approvals, and it was beginning of February. And in the end of February, as you know, Russia started military operation in Ukraine. And plans changed, I would say. There was a question that Jody sent me, which was how JCI impact on my career. And you know, I'm a lawyer, and till 2019 I was working in-house in oil and gas industry. And after that, I started in summer 2019, I started my own business. I started to provide legal service to foreign business in Russia, and I had lots of clients, and JCI helped me with that a lot. But they all ended in February 2022. My business ended. So right now in the moment, I'm again in-house lawyer. Now I work in a Turkish construction company as a head of legal department. I actually remember the day very clearly. I remember February 2024, I woke up and I checked my phone, and I saw tons of messages on Facebook, in Instagram, in WhatsApp, everywhere. People from all over the world were asking me like, hey, what's going on? What's going on? Like, war started? And I was like, what war? And those days were very hard for JCI Russia and for me personally. There were some people, some countries who wanted to exclude JCI Russia last year. And so there was a bit of confusion in national board and among senators. And I received different advices of what should I say, of how should I behave. But I decided that we need to make a statement. And in this statement, we need to say that, first of all, our JCI mission, words of our founder, that JCI is brotherhood of nations, and that we are out of politics, out of religion, and despite of our different views, we are all here leaders, and we are united by our goals and mission and vision. So I kept inspiring my local presidents to keep going and proceed with their projects. The only thing I ask them is not to publish like happy moments, you know, because chapters, they were gathering, they had some interesting activities, and I asked them for sensitive reasons not to publish that. So it seemed maybe for somebody that JCI Russia wasn't active inside during the year, but it wasn't true. We were really active, and we were keeping recruiting people in the chapters. And the only thing that we didn't do, we were not trying to expand much, because I had in plans to open new chapters in some other cities, but we decided to suspend during the war, because, you know, so crisis management measures during a war situation were constant inspiring people, reminding them about what JCI is, reminding them that everything, all shall pass, times will change, everything will be good back again, that we have many friends. I was showing and telling everybody in Russia that we have great support, and we really do. We have great support from friends all over the world, from our friendly chapters from all over the world. And that's what people needed to hear back then. I also inspired them to keep going and to keep working on what they are working. As a national president, I also always kept in mind that I'm representing 208 people, 208 JCI Russia members, and each of them have their own vision on the situation. Each of them have their own understanding, and as a leader, I should be neutral. I shouldn't. One of the main internal problems that we had in JCI Russia last year, due to the conflict situation, was trying to keep members motivated and interested, because there were lots of confusion. Businesses were ruined, people were losing their jobs, and they were losing motivation to be a member of international organization. I felt that my job and the job of my board was to inspire them, to work with them, to talk with them, to explain to them what opportunities, once again, to remind them what opportunities JCI can bring you, because JCI is not only about business connections. JCI is not only about international network, though, which is a huge part of that, but it also a field where you can grow, where you can work on your skills, where you can gain new skills. It's the field where you can grow as a leader, grow as a person, grow as an expert in some field, and make friendships. So that was what we were doing. So, dear members of JCI City Lady, if you allow to give you an advice from my experience, I would love to say that please try to help people whenever you can. Be yourself, be sincere, because people sense that. Also be interested in the people, not in what they can do for you. Be positive, because you won't get friends with a negative attitude. And also remember, you never know who's watching you, who's watching your success. Because JCI can grow your network in unexpected ways if you have an open and friendly mindset. So once again, I would like to thank you all for this opportunity to speak in front of you. And I want to remind you that impossible is nothing. Be a leader, take the initiative. You will achieve everything in the world, girls.